Step back in time with us, to the year 1600. We are journeying to the heart of Northern Europe, to the magnificent free and Hanseatic city of Hamburg. This isn't just any city, it's a bustling metropolis, a powerhouse of trade, and a testament to the ambition of its merchants. Using cutting-edge AI, we're about to peel back the layers of history and reconstruct Hamburg as it stood over 400 years ago. Imagine standing at the edge of the harbour. The air is thick with the scent of saltwater, tarred ropes, and exotic spices from distant lands. The sound is a constant symphony of creaking timber, shouting sailors, and the rhythmic clang of hammers from the shipyards. This is the port of Hamburg, the city's beating heart. Towering masts of Hanseatic cogs and carracks create a dense forest against the skyline. These are the workhorses of the Hanseatic League, a powerful confederation of merchant guilds and market towns that dominated trade across the Baltic and North Seas for centuries. Look closely at the ships. Men are everywhere, scurrying up rigging, hauling heavy crates with block and tackle, and negotiating deals right on the docks. You can see goods from all over the known world being unloaded. Fine English wool, sturdy Swedish iron, rich Russian furs, and delicate Flemish cloth. And what's being loaded? Hamburg's own famous brew, its beer, is a major export, alongside grain from the fertile lands surrounding the city and finished goods crafted in its workshops. Every single crate, barrel, and bale represents a story of risk, travel, and profit. The merchants of Hamburg weren't just shopkeepers. They were adventurers, financiers, and political players, all rolled into one. Their wealth wasn't just building their own fortunes, it was building the city itself. Now, let's leave the noisy harbour behind and venture into the city proper. The architecture is striking. Tall, narrow-gabled houses, built from timber frames and red brick, line the canals, or fleet as they're called here. Many of these buildings serve a dual purpose. The ground floor is often a warehouse or a workshop, a kontor, where business is conducted. Above, in the grander floors, live the merchant and his family. The highest lofts under the steep roofs are used for storage, with hoists on the outside to lift goods directly from the barges in the canals below. This ingenious design integrates work and life, showcasing the relentless commercial spirit of Hamburg. Every inch of space is optimized for trade. We are now walking down one of the main thoroughfares. The streets are narrow and far from clean by our standards. They're a chaotic mix of people, horse-drawn carts, and livestock. But look at the men who command these streets. These are the Pfeffersack, the Peppersacks, a nickname for the wealthy spice merchants who became the city's elite. Dressed in dark, sober, yet expensive fabrics, they move with an air of confidence and authority. They are the senators and council members, the men who run Hamburg. Their conversations, held in Low German, are about exchange rates, shipping routes, and political maneuvering. They are constantly calculating, networking, and seeking the next opportunity. Their world is one of contracts, ledgers, and the relentless pursuit of profit. Let's step inside a kontor. The air is filled with the scent of paper, ink, and sealing wax. A senior merchant sits at a large oak desk, poring over shipping manifests and account books. His apprentices, young men from good families learning the trade, are busy copying letters, weighing goods, and running errands. An education as a merchant's apprentice was highly sought after. It was a path to wealth and status. Here, they learned geography, arithmetic, and multiple languages. They also learned the art of negotiation and the importance of a good reputation. In a world without instant communication, a merchant's word and his credit were his most valuable assets. A deal sealed with a handshake was as binding as any written contract. But Hamburg wasn't just about work. Let's explore the social fabric of the city. We find ourselves near one of the grand churches, like St. Peter's or St. Nicholas. These towering Gothic structures are not just places of worship, they are symbols of civic pride, largely funded by the merchants themselves. Their patronage of the arts and architecture was a way to display their piety and their wealth, leaving a permanent mark on the city's landscape. The church bells don't just call people to prayer, they mark the time, signal danger, and regulate the working day. Craftsmen are hard at work in their guilds. We see bakers, butchers, coopers making barrels, and brewers perfecting their recipes. Each guild had its own rules, its own standards of quality, and its own place in the city's economy. They were the essential support system for the grand enterprise of trade. Without skilled coopers, how would you ship the beer? Without the shipwrights, how would the goods ever leave the port? It was a complex, interconnected ecosystem where every man had his role. Life for the common sailor or dock worker was much tougher. We can see them in the taverns near the harbour, spending their meager wages on beer and a hot meal. Their lives were dictated by the tides and the arrival of ships. It was hard, physical labor, with the constant risk of injury or unemployment. Yet, they were the engine room of this great commercial machine, the hands that lifted the cargo and sailed the ships that made the merchants rich. Their stories, often unwritten, are just as crucial to understanding the Hamburg of 1600. As evening approaches, the city's gates are closed, and a sense of calm descends. The watch patrols the streets with lanterns and halberds, ensuring peace and order. Inside the merchants' houses, families gather. While business was a man's world, the household was the foundation upon which it was all built. The stability and order of the home allowed the merchant to focus on his global ventures. From the highest spire of St. Michael's Church, if we could climb it, we would see Hamburg laid out below us. A city of canals and bridges, of warehouses and churches, all lit by the soft glow of twilight. It's a city built on water, on trade, and on the incredible ambition of its citizens. The merchants of 1600 created a legacy of independence, resilience, and global-mindedness that defines Hamburg to this day. They navigated the complexities of politics, the dangers of the sea, and the fluctuations of the market to build one of the most prosperous cities in the world. Our journey through the AI reconstructed Hamburg of 1600 comes to an end. What we've seen is a snapshot of a dynamic, thriving world, a city on the cusp of the modern age, driven by the powerful currents of commerce. The spirit of those Hanseatic merchants, their willingness to take risks and their vision for a connected world, is a powerful story that still resonates today. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey back in time. If you were fascinated by this glimpse into the past, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell. We have many more historical reconstructions coming your way. Let us know in the comments which city you'd like us to visit next. Thanks for watching.